Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here of Jared Opens a Box on Jared Takes the L. I have another really cool video for you guys today, our first convention exclusive video. As you know, Funko always does these different conventions where they just release a bunch of exclusives from a bunch of different, series and all kinds of stuff like that. The first one that they had this year was TargetCon, which they've been doing for the last couple of years. You've actually had a TargetCon video every year since 2022. 2022, for some reason, I had it in like August or September, even though it's always in February. I don't know why it took so long. Last year's was a little bit earlier, and this year's is probably the earliest it's ever been, since we're doing it here in May. I think last year it was like June or something like that. It may have been May, I don't remember. But we have another really cool selection of pops from TargetCon this year, all from series that have made quite a few appearances here on Jared Opens the Box, same as last year. Last year we had WWE, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Marvel. This year we have WWE again, but we also have two other series that are also going to be kind of teasers for upcoming Jared Opens the Box videos. So that's pretty cool. You guys are going to get to kind of get a first look at what we're going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks. So that's pretty exciting. I think that's pretty much all I really have to say. But yeah, we have TargetCon. There's also C2E2, the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. We'll have a video on that coming up here soon as well. Then, of course, there will also be San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con, the two bigger conventions. I imagine there will probably be videos on both of those as well. It's been very rare for there not to be one. I think there wasn't a New York Comic-Con video in 2021. I think, or was it 2022? It may have been 2022, I don't remember. But there was a year where there was no New York Comic-Con video, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just get to TargetCon, kicking things off with our first, I guess, teaser for the upcoming weeks. We have a pop from the most recent Godzilla film, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. We have Kong. So this is a really cool looking one. It is, of course, part of the Pop Movies line, number 1547. And then, of course, we have the new TargetCon sticker, which really didn't change all that much from last year's. They just added the new year to it. Other than that, there's really not much different. The box is really cool. The back does not show us the remaining characters from the Godzilla x Kong New Empire wave, but I can tell you there will be a video on this movie coming very, very soon. And of course there will be another Kong as well as 4 other characters in that video. So that's going to be really cool. I am looking forward to that. Even his little Monsterverse symbol on the back as well. And this movie was truly really, really good. And apparently did really, really good in the box office too. They're definitely discussing a third film in the Godzilla and Kong series. Let's go ahead and open this one up. All right, let's take a look here. So here is Kong. This one is really, really cool. It's definitely different from the normal figure that you guys are going to see here, in a couple of weeks. He has, of course, this is the same axe that he had from the first Godzilla vs. Kong that has a piece of Godzilla. I think that's like a Godzilla's tail or something that he gets a hold of and he makes into an axe. And then over here, I guess this is kind of a spoiler alert for the film, so if you haven't seen it yet, you may want to just skip this part real quick. This is Kong's mechanical arm that he actually ends up getting towards the end of the movie. His arm is badly damaged after getting into a fight with Scar King, so he ends up having to, the humans give him this like mechanical, like almost Iron Man like arm, and they kind of help him be able to actually use his arm again. He also still has some scratches on his chest. He has the red eyes and the open mouth, like he's definitely giving out a roar right there. Other than that, the figure itself, pretty, it is Kong, so you can't really go wrong with it. I do think they put a lot of detail on this one, though. It is actually more detailed than the other one because they gave him, like, the axe and all of this stuff, which, to be honest, from the movie, I don't really remember him using it all that much. He actually ends up losing it, I think, towards the beginning and doesn't get it back until the very end. So, it's not a very crucial part of the of the film at all. But I do think it is cool we still got this one. And yeah, there he is. There's Kong. There's your first little look at that movie. We'll have plenty more to come there. This next one is a little interesting. So I did say we had another WWE thing. Last year we had a 2-pack with Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. It also came with the WrestleMania 3 ring. This one doesn't come with a ring, but it is still a 2-pack, and it's got to be one of the most bizarre 2-packs that Funko's ever made, especially for WWE, because it makes like no sense. And I'll explain it here in a second. But here it is. This is the Pop WWE 2-pack of Edge and Kane. TargetCon sticker on the front. There is no number for the 2-packs. It just says 2-pack where the number would be. And then the back of the box, these are the other 2-packs that we reviewed last year in 2 separate videos. Triple H and Ronda Rousey was in like August, I think, and then Brock Lesnar and Undertaker was November for Survivor Series. And then here's this picture up here. So there's Kane, there's Edge. Now this is where we get into the kind of weird. So these are 2 different versions of Edge and Kane. This Edge right here is actually the Edge from like 2011 or 2010, 2011 when he won the World Heavyweight title. And then the Kane over here is from like 1999 or like 1998 when he won I think that's the WWE title, which he only held for, or is that the Intercontinental title? I can't really tell. I think that's the WWE Championship, the original look for it. But that's still like, that's older Kane, like late 90s Kane with late 2010s Edge, or like early 2010s Edge. I mean, not late. So I think that's really weird why they put these 2 together, because they did feud while Edge was World Heavyweight Champion, but Kane was not. This is not what he looked like at all. He was just, he didn't have the costume on. He was just, you know, the bald Kane that you guys might remember. So this is a weird 2-pack. I don't really understand it. It even makes it even weirder that Edge isn't even in WWE anymore. He's in AEW, and this 2-pack came out like a couple months after Edge jumped ship over to AEW. So this is a weird 2-pack all over, honestly. Of course, I know this 2-pack was probably put into development way before Edge would have even left the company, but it still doesn't make it any less weird. Also, they both have bases, too. They must not stand very well. Alright, well, let's just take a look at these. Also, they stand up perfectly fine. I don't know why they have bases. So here's Edge. Like I said, this is kind of like the early 2010s era Edge, maybe late 2000s. Pretty good. I mean, it's pretty accurate, I would say. They're giving him his iconic pose that he would always give whenever he was doing his entrance. Of course, he does have the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just not very detailed. Kind of hard to tell that even is the World Heavyweight Championship. It's not nearly as detailed as, you know, some of the other titles that we've seen, like the Universal title, the Women's Championships have been in a couple of figures. So this one's not exactly the greatest, in my opinion. The coat looks good. This is definitely reminiscent of the coats that Edge would wear. He has his longer hair here, of course, a little bit of the goatee going on. And the attire doesn't really have all that much else on it either. It's just kind of a bland-looking red. And then he does have the boots down there. But I mean, that's pretty much it for this one. Just, yeah, I mean, it's really good. It is good, but it's just so bizarre, you know, why they paired Edge up with this version of Kane. Because these 2, I mean, they probably didn't even feud at all. Maybe a couple one-off matches on like a random Raw, but they were not really feuding at that point. But yeah, this is like classic Kane. This is late 90s Kane right here. Still, in my opinion, one of his best looks that he's had throughout the years. Of course, he has this hair, which I'm pretty sure, well, it may not have been a wig at that point. I don't know. It may not have been. The mask actually looks really, really cool. They even gave him the kind of like, because underneath the mask, he would have like paint around his eyes to make it look, you know, creepy or whatever, because that Kane was supposed to be really creepy. So they actually did include that. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, the mask looks great. The outfit looks great. I'm pretty sure that's the World Championship, right? I think that's, or the WWE Championship. No, no, maybe that is the Intercontinental. Now I gotta go, shoot, I gotta go look it up. I actually don't know. Because it does look like the WWE Championship, but having the globe on it there makes me think maybe it's Intercontinental. So I have to go do my research on that one, and maybe I'll put like a comment or something if I remember. Or you guys can just tell me if I'm which one it is. I know it's got to be one of the two. It's either the WWE Championship or the Intercontinental Championship, because I know he held both around around that time period. But there is Kane right there. Very, very cool. I mean, this one, they do look really good, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't make sense as a two-pack. Like, they could have done Kane and Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction, or they still could have done Edge and Kane, but at least make it, like when they were actually feuding with each other, then that would make sense. Or you could even do a classic Edge, which still wouldn't really make all that much sense, but at least it was a theme somewhat. This just feels really weird. But they are good figures, so I can't hate too much on them. They are good. And Kane does not stand up very well, so I do understand. I do see that he needs a base, so I'll leave that over there. Anyways, we have one more for you guys today, another little teaser, and you actually will get a little bit of a spoiler on this one because I did notice it has some characters on the back. But this one's really cool. This is actually from Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic's getting some new merchandise this year with Funko, which is a first for quite a while. Usually it was just like some Comic-Con appearances and that was it, but there's a lot this year, actually, so I'm pretty excited for it. But here we go. We have the 2-pack here of Shadow and Amy. Unlike Edge and Kane, this one actually does kind of make sense because at least this version of Shadow and this version of Amy have interacted with one another in the games, so that, that at least makes sense there. There's a TargetCon sticker. They are both actually flocked as well, so they do have that on there. Again, there's no number because it just says 2-pack. And then the back of the box, ooh, bit of a spoiler there. There is, of course, another Amy. And also, one of my all-time favorites that I've been advocating for a Funko Pop for a very long time, Metal Sonic, is also on the back of the box. And I can tell you right now, they are coming very, very soon to Jared Opens a Box, so keep an eye out. There is a third one as well, but it's not on the back because it's a little bit bigger, so you guys will see that in a few weeks. So there's the back of the box. Still have like the classic Green Hill Zone look and everything. But yeah, let's open this one up. So this is not my first Shadow Pop, but I think it is the first appearance for Shadow here on Jared Opens a Box, because all of the original Shadow Pops would have been way before I even started the channel, and I think I dropped the base down there somewhere. Okay, let's just do Shadow first, I guess, because he's the first one that popped out of the box. So here is Shadow. This one is really, really cool. The flocked texture was done really nicely on this one, and it, of course, does make sense. Since they are animals, hedgehogs, it makes sense. He has the gloves. He has these, like, really cool shoes there. They really did nail Shadow down the first time when they did it, so they didn't have to do too much else to him. They did give him this really cool pose, so I think that's really cool. Looks like he's getting ready to run or something. This is being apparently considered the year of Shadow from Sonic Team. They actually have like a Sonic Generations reboot with Shadow included in like his own story. So, and there's even another, like, we still have another Shadow Pop coming a little bit later on too. So there's there's a lot of Shadow stuff this year, and the movie, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is also going to heavily feature Shadow. So he's all over the place this year. It's like the year of Luigi that Nintendo did back in like 2015 or whatever that was. But there's Shadow. I don't really have much else to say about it. They just kind of nailed this design down again. I really do think this one was nailed. And then we have a first in the Funko Pop lineup for Sonic. Unlike Shadow, we have Amy. So I always was kind of wanting an Amy Pop on top of Metal Sonic. I thought these two were probably on my high priority list, and they both finally got one, two in Amy's case. This one is pretty cool looking. Again, it's flocked just like Shadow. They really nailed the design. You even have the tufts of fur right there and the little headband in her hair. She's given a thumbs up right here. She has little gold rings around her wrists. And of course she has the boots, the dress, everything. It was really well done, honestly. I think they absolutely nailed this one. Of course I did wish they gave this one the hammer, but it's on the other one as you saw in the back, so I can't complain too much. They did give us one that does have the Pico Pico hammer, so at least we got that. But I do think this is a good one. It's a really cool first look, I guess, at Amy. So I like it. Really cool figure, and they absolutely nailed it down. I know people always say like the Sonic Pops have the weird looking eyes and everything like that. It doesn't bother me as much. I mean, it really doesn't. I know Funko always has, you know, the eyes always are kind of a thing that people find to be weird, but it doesn't really bother me. Maybe just because I've been collecting for so long. I have like all the Sonic Pops, so clearly it doesn't bother me, but I don't think it matters too much. Okay, now we gotta do our ratings for all of these. I will say right now, Kong is definitely gonna get a 9 out of 10. They absolutely nailed this one. I love the details on everything. Even the mechanical arm has some little nice details on it. So that one is awesome. Definitely gets a 9 out of 10. The WWE Pops are also really accurate to their iterations of the characters. I do think they're really good. They also will probably get 9 out of 10s, even though I still think the 2-pack is weird. But they are actually good, accurate, and everything. And the Sonic Pops also, actually, I'm going to give these ones a 10 out of 10 because they are really, really awesome. They are very accurate. They really nailed down the designs for these guys. I have a feeling it's going to be very similar when we do the Sonic Pop video in a couple weeks here. But these ones are amazing. I think they really, really did a good job with these. So yeah, good job, Funko. But yeah, let me know down below what was your guys' favorite here today. We had, of course, Kong, Edge, Kane, Shadow, Amy. Which one was your favorite? Let me know down below. It kind of just showed all of them, but there's Kong, there's the WWE ones. Kind of our last look at everything, and then Amy and Shadow. Next week, we're going to have another first here on Jared Opens a Box. You can kind of see it right up there. It is a U2's video, and it's going to be on something we've never done on Jared Opens. Well, okay, we did do like it once, but it was part of something else. But this is the first for, you know, it being a standalone video, I guess. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.